everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daddy Daughter Dishes podcast. This is episode 18. That's my birthday. This is episode 18. We are
18.
almost so 20. Bing, bing. We got
All right,
18.
another milestone coming up.
Another milestone. We got 18 episodes. That's crazy.
Under
But
our belt.
under our belts. But I am your host, Kiara. With me, I have my lovely co-host,
BJ, the daddy.
He is the daddy. I am the daughter. I was about to say I am the daddy. I am the daddy. I'm the daughter. He is the daddy. And this is Daddy Daughter Dishes. So again, let me just start off with a little apology. I'm not apologizing, but I am going to acknowledge that we did take last week off. Also, y'all are probably like, okay, what we doing? What's happening? Just consider it like a summer break for real, because life be lifing, and I'm going to unplug when I need to. And last week I was just at the beach and life was busy, so I said we're gonna have a lot to talk about in the next few. We'll just skip a week, but yeah, just wanted to acknowledge that we are here this week, and we are going to test out a few new things. So we're gonna start dropping some episodes on Fridays instead of Wednesdays from here on out. We'll see how that goes. And any further changes, I will let you guys know. But yeah, happy 18th episode.
Yeah, we're gonna switch some things around to associate dropping a 3D episode with getting your paycheck paid on Friday. So you're gonna get a treat in the morning, and you're gonna get a treat about 10:30 when that money hits you.
Wake up,
yeah, we're just gonna try to associate ourselves with other good things.
So, Dad, haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. What you been up to, man? How's life been?
Man. Life been a motherfucker.
I feel like that should be the title of this episode. I don't know if I can cuss on the title though. Maybe get blocked.
I don't know, but you know, we hadn't talked since when we last recorded. It was the day before my birthday, and I was off work, and then my birthday came, and I had some stuff going on that had me totally dejected, for lack of being too vulgar on this platform.
We gotta let it take place
that had me just messed up, man.
You can say all the cuss words you want to say.
Oh well, it had me fucked up. It had me fucked up. I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was Thursday after my birthday, the day after I had posted on Facebook. I was like, man, I should have stayed 47 because 48 is testing my pimping already. So it wasn't nothing life-threatening or anything like that. It was just, man, it was rough. It was a rough couple of days after I turned 40.
That's them days they be talking about. At least it's not one of those days. That's one of those days.
It could be worse, huh?
It could be worse, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that it sucked.
Yeah, so I mean, to get a little bit more specific, I know I have been talking about some stuff that was going on. I have been working on things, so I have been working on a business plan for a potential business coming, and I have been working on this business plan for weeks. And I had a login account on a certain platform that I, joined, was putting the work on, and I had the business plan pretty much complete. And 4th of July weekend, we were going to go and present it to a potential investor. And that Wednesday night, which was my birthday, I got back to Evansville, and I was like, man, I'm going to make a couple, tweaks to it. So I logged on to the doggone site, and when I put in my information to get on my page, my screen on my computer just started jumping. What was going on? When it finally stopped, I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I can get to work now. And when I went to pull up all of my information, everything that I had worked on was gone. And I'm talking about everything of substance. Like, only thing left is like the title page, what kind of business it was going to be. That's it. But all my work of substance, everything was gone. And
I'm nauseous.
I was
Oh
so
god.
dejected. I wasn't dejected. I was pissed off. I
I
was
would have
mad.
jumped out a
It was
window.
late. Really couldn't do anything about it. And here's what my mindset was like. So the forecast was calling for rain the next day. And so I was like, okay, if we rain out at work, I'll come back here. I'll get on the phone with support and I'll see if they can help me recover. Because everything that I could do on my screen, I couldn't recover. So I get up next morning, go to work. They call them for all kinds of severe weather in Evansville, Indiana area. So I get to work. We sitting around the office, and the first storm blew through Evansville, knocked out about 10,000. We got to go to work now. So we working. And that Thursday I've been doing line work for quite some time now. But that Thursday after my birthday, June 29th, that was one of the weirdest days I've ever experienced as far as weather and work, because the first storm hit early that morning. We had to go to work. So we working. Come noon, another storm hit. So it bumped the outages up some more. And then come that evening, another storm hit. So we had like 3 storms hit in one day. And I worked, so we started working that Thursday. I worked 16 hours that Thursday, that Friday, that Saturday. And then I worked about 10 or 11 hours on Monday before we got released. So I had, my birthday was Wednesday. My damn business plan in Wednesday night. I had to work so many hours and so many days. I didn't get to go to Chicago 4th of July weekend and kick it with my family. And yeah, it kind of freaking, I didn't really even get to celebrate my birthday. It was just kind of a jacked up deal. I made some money though. I can't really complain, because when I saw the paycheck, you know, for working
You said I
those
can
days, it's
I
like,
can
it was like,
I take it, I ain't gonna
I can redo that. I can redo that business plan. It's just gonna take a little work. I
yeah.
can go see my cousins some other time.
Yeah, because if you would've went
And
solid,
I
you
was
would've
just looking
spent
at
some
that picture
money,
like,
but
God.
instead, you made some.
Oh, definitely. I would have spent it, but I did make some. So that's why that's what had my days after my birthday had me so wired up. But it was crazy because on Storm, shit, I hadn't really worked a storm in quite some time
I was about to say,
like
I
that.
don't recall really the last
It's
storm.
it's been a minute. It had been a minute. I was thinking back, I can't even really recall
The one
when the
I
last
remember
storm. I
is
think it
when
might
we
have
had
been
got
damn.
engaged.
Yeah, I was going. That was it. That was the last
Sheesh.
storm that I had worked when we went up to Cali. We was in not Cali. We was in
New
New York and New
Jersey, New
Jersey
Jersey.
for like 10 days, and then I flew down for the engagement party. Surprise! And then when I left there and went straight to Iowa, because that's when that derecho hit up in Iowa, and
Mhm.
I went to Iowa and worked a few more days. That was the last storm that I really worked, but I didn't climb any poles on that storm. Hell, that's the storm that hit after my birthday. I had to climb.
Oh,
I climbed
shit.
some poles
Oh, shit.
at nighttime. Like,
Is
I was
it like
like,
riding a
ooh.
bike for a while, for after a while, like, you gotta be like, "Oh, shit, I forgot how this function." Like,
So when you go to climbing school, you go through so many repetitions, it becomes like muscle memory.
uh,
So yeah, you get rusty, but you don't ever really forget how to climb that pole. It's like second nature. And the key to climbing a pole is trusting your tools. Long as you trust your hooks and your belt, it just it comes back to you, and you be more concerned about what you got to do when you get on the pole than you
mhm,
do actually getting on the pole. Because
mm.
once I got that first one out the way, it was like I guess my adrenaline was flowing, because it was like, shit, I could do another one of these. I felt kind of good when I got off of it. And then, hell, I got my wish, because the next day I had to get back on another one, which that's part of what we do. It wasn't no big deal.
Yeah.
It was just different because it had been a while. So
Oh.
yeah, that was so then we got so worked storm till that Monday, and 4th of July was Tuesday. So the
Mhm.
boss man was like, originally we were supposed to take Monday and Tuesday off, but when the storm worked and we worked into Monday, he ended up. We still got Tuesday off, but we ended up getting Wednesday off as well. So we got like a weekend in the middle of the week last week, and I had gotten when I got off storm, I drove home here to Ullen, and I went to visit Rodney and Felicia because they had just got back from Florida for their final move because they're here permanently now.
Mhm.
And just so happened, Gator Jones and the real Mrs. Jones was making their way back from Chicago. So we all met up at Rodney's house, and we were sitting around there talking, and everybody's like, well, what we going to do for tomorrow? Nobody had to go to work. And shit, I called Uncle Dave. I was like, man, because Kim was like, oh, Money got some food. He had posted some food on Facebook. We need to go down there and see what he gonna do with that food. So I called him. I was like, hey man, what you I said, you got some more food left? He said, yeah, we got some left. I said, I got some people gonna come and see you. And he was like, I don't know if I got that much. I said, well, what we need to do to get you to go to the Sam's Club? Because I know you like to go to Sam's Club. He said, all you got to do is say you coming and I'll make the trip. I said, well, we coming. So I pretty much made Rodney and Felicia ride with me. I was like, what y'all doing tomorrow? They was like, nothing. I said, y'all riding with me to Memphis. We going to Memphis. They was like, what time we leaving? I was like, I ain't going to wake you up early, but Rodney was like, man, don't call me and wake me up. I said, I'm not going to call you. He called and woke me up. He's like, bro, what time we leaving? I was like, shh. I think he called me like at 8:30.
Oh.
And I was like, shit, man, I'm still in the bed. He was
Nah,
like,
you know,
give us
Memphis
about we'll be
trips.
ready in an hour.
Yeah, you leave about noon. Trips to
Well,
Memphis.
we left about 10. We went down there, hung out, got with hair and makeup, Tanya B, and went over to Uncle Dave's. Him and Bar had a spread laid out, and we just sat out there. And then it started storming down there. I was like, I ain't going to work. Fuck that.
He said, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah, I
No,
was
that's
wore out.
that. If
I
you
really
got
shouldn't even.
a wait, what you say?
I was getting ready to say I really shouldn't even went to Memphis because I was so tired, but I ain't really had nothing else to do. Mari was, I think she was already down there or on getting ready to be down there,
Mm-hmm.
and we went down there and hung out.
That sounds good. One thing y'all know how to do is make a time out of millisecond.
Oh yeah, we gonna do that. That's for sure.
Well,
How's your time off been since the last time we spoke?
um, um, it's been okay. It's been good. I'll say. I feel like I hit like a reset button yesterday at midnight. Or I guess I say today at midnight. I feel like there was something in the skies and the water. I don't know. Something clicked. Um, so mom and Mari, Cassandra came to visit me for 4th of July
Ping.
weekend. Yep. And then I took all of last week off, all the remaining days that so I had like a week and some days off, me and Siege. And so we had
Mm-hmm.
them over, um, let them experience the house. I had what I called a soft launch of my house, and I had two of I had Brittany and Sydney over, and we played the Keno and taught them how to
Not the
play
keynote.
Pokino. Look, taught them how to play Pokino. And Sydney, she watches The Price is Right also. So she had got Pokino and
Uh
she
huh.
screams, Plinko! She said,
Oh, that's rich.
Plinko! We all fell out. The way she said it too, she said, Plinko!
Oh,
I said, Yup. You know what? Just because of how
oh,
you said it, it absolutely is Plinko. And then she was
it
like,
works.
and then
That's awesome.
she got Paquito the next game. She's like, Paquito, okay, y'all, I gotta go. And I just thought that was so cool. So we
Oh,
had our little
that's
Wang
funny.
Dang doodle, and
All
then
right.
we kind of just imagined like what we wanted for the actual housewarming, which we're having on Labor Day weekend, for our friends. So it
Mm.
was fun to just kind of see what that would maybe be like having a lot of bodies in my house. I wasn't too overwhelmed.
Mm.
Um, so that was like a big highlight because it was cool to have just people in one. Um, you know,
Yeah.
introducing Cass to Brittany and
Yeah.
Sydney too, and so that was good. Were you gonna say something?
I know I had talked to Mari and she was telling me, I asked her if she had helped her mom drive down there, and she was like, yeah, she did on the way down and on the way back. I think she drove from High Point on the way down, and then on the way back, she's from Clarksville to the
Mhm.
house. I was like, look at Mari, Billy Big Rigging.
Mommy said when they got home, Mari went and was like, "I'm going to bed." Like she had really done a trip. I said that made me tired. But yeah,
Oh, for a young driver, that's a lot.
okay, because I sure used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do just about 30 minutes. But yeah, so Cass stayed for the weekend, and then she left on one of those days. I kind of lost track of time at the whole time I was off.
I
I
think
didn't.
she left on Monday.
Whenever she left, the next day we went to Carolina Beach, outside of Wilmington,
Mm-hmm.
and me and CJ got a nice like Airbnb right on the water. It was in a condo, and
Okay.
so we all stayed there. We had a 2 bed. Mari slept in the living room. They had a comfy couch, and we just had a good time just at the beach. I had scheduled some pictures, some family pictures, so we got those back today. They look awesome. And so we did that at like a really nice part of the beach. It looked like historic. It was part some historic Confederate BS. I don't know. But yeah, the pictures turned out really nice. And it was a good time. Like we stayed on the beach, like during the beach day, we stayed out there a good maybe 3 hours. I'm absolutely burnt
Oh,
and itchy.
y'all got Mari to stay out there that long, her and your mama?
Oh, you know they love the beach. That's they was. I mean, we was all looking at each other ready to come in because we knew we had to take. Her and Mario was sitting in the water, like where the water meet the sand and it go up. They was sitting there about the whole time. Me
Mm-hmm.
and Siege was kind of laid back. We was further back. There was a little girl there, looked just like Azalea. It was so creepy because everybody said it at different
Really?
times. We was walking up and CJ was like, "That looked like Azalea." And I didn't know who he was talking about. And then I looked and I was like, damn, that looked like Azalea. And then Mari was walking back towards us. She was like, y'all see that little girl look like Azalea? And then we was talking about her and mommy was like, y'all talk about that little girl look like Azalea? And I was like, damn. But no, she looked
Leah
just
got a
like
whole doppelganger out
a
there.
whole doppelganger. She looked just like Leah did maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, like that Leah, and it's just ooh, it was creepy. But yeah, the beach was nice.
Oh wow.
We had a really good time, and then I had oh, and we had did a crab boil. We did a low country crab boil at our Airbnb. It was really cool. So we had like ordered the stuff for it, and they had put it in these pots
Mm-hmm.
for us. And so we just poured some Modelo's in there and boiled it for like however long it needed to be boiled, and it was so good. And I thought that's the coolest little business
Mm.
idea. You don't even own a restaurant. You just own like a little prepackaged mini mart.
That sounds like that might have been pretty good.
It was delicious. It was very delicious. And there was a beautiful fireworks show. And we literally had the best view because I mean, everybody was literally seated below, like seated where our condo was, but we was higher. We was on the third floor. And it was a beautiful
Mm.
fireworks show. We took Turbs. Turbs was with us. So we had a really
Oh
good time.
yeah,
Yeah, I was able to, like I
he
said, I
did all
took. Yeah, he did all right. He did all
he
right.
did he did all right during the fireworks.
Yeah, he wanted to be up under you, but I took some pictures of him actually. He was just watching them. He wanted to be close to somebody, but he was just watching them. But it's
Mm.
stormed. I feel like whatever storms you got, we got too, because it stormed pretty much.
I'm sure.
We had a severe thunderstorm warning like every day while mommy and them was here. But it's about that time of the month of the year where the storms be storming. But these them global warming storms, I don't like these.
That's so. It's funny you say that because when the storm started on Thursday, like it wasn't just Evansville that got hit. The whole Midwest. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they had another derecho come through, but the whole from like up in Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, all that area it got hit for like 4 days in a row. Every
Mhm.
day it was just storming. I know Mez, because he worked for Ameren, he was I think he had just got off work like this past Thursday or Friday, like the day or two before their baby shower from work. 'Cause he started out in Cape, and I think he went up to mid central Missouri somewhere, and then he ended up going up to St. Louis. So he got in quite time on some storm work. And I know several other guys. That was one group of guys that I was in California with. I think they started in Oklahoma, ended up in Missouri, Illinois. They was all over the place. I think they were gone for like 20 days on that low.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it got crazy.
This is a random question. When y'all do storm work like that, who
Hmm.
who is paying the companies paying y'all? Like how is it a government
The
thing?
the power company. Who's paying? So the power, it's all intertwined in there. So
Okay.
they got this thing called oh, I can't think of what it's called right now.
Yeah, you
But
ain't gotta sit on it.
if something happens in an area, the power company just call in a bunch of contractors to come in and help power, and they're logging all that stuff. They do take a roster. They do all kind of shit. And what they do, they basically, the power company submits that money to like FEMA or some government agency, and they end up getting it back.
Hmm.
Initially, they pay it out of pocket. I'm assuming,
Hmm.
but they get it back probably 2 times what they pay out. I'm sure, because
I'm sure.
they're not going to submit what they actually spent.
Yeah. Well,
They don't do that. That just ain't the American way.
America. Yeah, that's there were some people, there were some linemen, which y'all call that when y'all just be waiting on standby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they on
On
standby.
standby.
They was on standby near our local firehouse. I passed, I saw them buckets. And I was like, "Hey, I know what y'all doing," because I mean, we had some storms. I saw
Mm-hmm.
some lawn chairs thrown around. Uh, it's sweet. Like I said, we've been having severe thunderstorm waters every day, and I'm like, they be looking nasty too. Like you can see them coming. The sky looked like that, like greenish orange the other day,
Man,
and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be ugly. But it's so weird
that's
because
how it was.
they'll fall for like it'll storm for like 10 minutes, and then it'll be bright, and I'm like, huh,
Yeah,
huh.
that's how it be during these summer storms. Like them, what a lot of times those pop up storms. It don't even really be a whole weather system that moves through. It just be the sun, the humidity, and the moisture in the air. It just all gets that sun creates all that energy or gets that energy going. And next thing you know, you got a crazy storm coming. Because I know we was working at one on one repairing some power for some people, and we looked off in the sky, and the sky was just, it looked like it was right after lunch, but it looked like it was getting ready to be nighttime. That's how dark
Mm,
those clouds were, and they
uh.
were rolling in. You could see the lightning, you could hear the thunder, and it was like, shit, we gonna cab up, guys, and ride this one through. And we cabbed up, and it rained a little bit where we were, but just to the east of us where our office was, our general foreman was in the office, and he's like, when we got back to the office that night, he said, "Boys, I thought I was gone." he
No.
said, he said, I look, he said, I looked outside. He said, he looked outside, and the wind was blowing to the east. The rain was falling sideways.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said, "Turn around," and he looked again, and the wind was blowing to the west, and he said the rain was falling sideways. He said, "Man," he said, "I thought I was finna have to take cover." He said it got really bad over this way. I was like, damn, it looked like it was getting pretty rough. But
That's
yeah,
how it
that was pretty
was.
funny.
Literally yesterday, I was in the living room and my phone was like severe thunderstorm warning. I was like, okay, cool. And the rain was hitting my neighbor house and it was like going diagonal, but then it like switched like mid like
Mm.
movement and in the trees. And that's when I saw the lawn chair and I was like, do we have homeowners insurance? Because where do we go? What's our room?
That's
Is
a
it the
hell of
pantry? Is it the guest bathroom? Where's the protective
it's the
room?
it's the pantry. It's
Because
the
I
pantry.
want to go upstairs, but I know that's not right.
Probably not the best place to go
So
in
I
those
just want to go lay in
situations.
the bed and hide, but I can't do that. Not here, not in this 2-story home. I got, whoo. And then I don't think for some reason it was CJ. Either he was upstairs, I think, and I was like, huh, this is quite a situation that me and Turbo are in. But yeah, man, I don't like them storms. I don't like those storms at all. We actually when Mommy and Mario was here, there was a storm right before we, because it stormed the whole way down on our drive down to the beach. But right before we left, it started storming, and I was standing by the window, and the lightning struck, and it was like somebody threw a flashbang in the house. Like everybody just kind of was like, and then it was like,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then I checked our Facebook group, and somebody was like, "Damn, was that in our backyard?" And then somebody had looked up where it had struck. It was literally like not even a quarter of a mile from our street. I was like, "Goodness
Oh,
gracious,
man.
that sounds so dangerous. That sounds like something
I
that set
tell you.
somebody's house on fire."
Hey, that'd be one of the things that get me worked up when them storms hit. Like I wait because to me it always seemed like it happened when the major part of the storm is over, and
Mm-hmm.
it still be raining and thundering and lightning and stuff, but it don't be as intense. So you know it's like you'll see that one crack, that flash of light, and then that crack of thunder just make the hair stand up on your arm. It just make you like, oh shit! That
You
shit
like,
feel like it was right there. Like
oh.
I remember, yeah, you like, oh god. I remember we had a storm some years ago here at the house here in Ullin, and we was on the front porch, right here on the front porch, and it was right at the end of a storm,
I think I
and
know what you're talking
it was a
about.
flash of lightning. I feel like that flash of lightning hit right here in the front yard, and I was walking back in the house, and that crack of thunder hit, and I jumped in the house. It was like, yeah.
And you always hear
God darn.
you always hear a little crackle right before
A
it.
little crack.
Woo! And it's like no matter how hard
Yeah.
you try to prepare, somebody listening to this in a car right now, like, would y'all stop with the boom? Y'all are blowing my speakers out. We are not responsible for that. But
Hey,
yeah, that's it. That's the boom. No matter how hard you try to prepare yourself for the sound, it sends some shock waves through. You be like, ooh, I don't like that.
oh, definitely. I
Here it
like
is,
it.
the funnel
I like
cloud.
it.
I don't like. I like the rumbling thunder. I
No,
don't like crackling thunder. I want to sound
I
like the
like
sky
thunder.
got a. It's hungry. It's just.
I don't want to see no funnel clouds nowhere. Maybe in the distance, maybe 20 miles out. I don't want them things scare the shit out of me. Like tornadoes, I don't do. I don't. Now they beautiful. If you can get one, a video of a good one, that's fine. But I don't want. That's one storm. I don't want no parts of it. That is
The
creepy. Because
tornadoes are so creepy
we
because
got
it
these
can do
damn
so much damage in one small area, and then
yeah,
like where you at, it could do so much
and then
damage,
be
and then
gone.
Malik them house looks fine, and it's like
Nothing. Yeah.
I don't like
And
that.
then what's the first thing you hear when you hear people describe their damn experience with a
Trains,
tornado? What they
and
say
you
it
live
sound
by
like?
a train
A
track.
goddamn train. And these damn train tracks out here, I hate when storms come at night. Like when a storm approaching at night, I don't get no rest. You be like, man, if I hear a train tonight, I just know I'm either gonna die or it's just a
I'm
train, one of the
going.
two. Because I ain't getting out the bed. Once I get in the bed, I ain't getting out.
I used to hate
So yeah,
storms at the
that's some
house.
creepy shit.
I feel like I've had phases where like I used to be afraid of storms, then I loved storms, then I was afraid of them, and now I'm at a stage where like I like the perfect storm, but don't give me no storm with no tornado warning. Like we could do severe weather with like the low rating where they be like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we have a low risk of severe weather. I like those storms. I don't like the ones where they be pink on the map.
right.
I don't want to see pink. I want to
Yeah,
see green.
you got somebody like Grant Day talking about you need to take cover now if you
Y'all,
live
this
in this
man
area.
hates
He
Grant
be
Day with
hyping
a
the damn storms
passion.
up. I can't stand that man. I
I'm
can't
convinced if
stand him.
there was
I
a
remember that time I seen him
purge,
over there in Olive Garden. I wanted to jack him up on sight. I was like,
he don't
that's
even
some
know
bitch
his
right there.
life was in so
Well,
much danger that day.
don't even know.
He
He
don't
don't
know.
even know. I
Lord
was
have
gonna
mercy.
jack him up.
Lord have mercy. Oh
I'm just
gosh.
playing Grenade. I ain't.
Yes. What was I about to say?
Who
Hmm.
knows? We
I've
was
been
talking
doing
about the
some
weather.
real adult like shit. It's ghetto out here.
You
I
been doing what?
said I've been doing some real adult like shit.
Adult
That's
like
ghetto out.
shit you been doing that make you feel like it's ghetto out here. What? Paying bills? Shit, I'm with you when you're right
Washing
there.
clothes,
Shit.
paying bills,
Uh huh.
sticking to my budget. And like
Mm.
being responsible and thinking about the future and shit and thinking about how I need to schedule an oil change for like 2 weeks from now and how I need to go get my teeth cleaned and how he need to go get his teeth cleaned and we need to make eye appointments and Turbo need vaccines. And it's just like, what? This is
Welcome
ghetto.
to adulthood.
I didn't sign
You
up for this.
you you
I'm
know
neither.
why you gotta schedule an oil change? You get it done at the dealership,
Not
don't you?
scheduled. Yes, and not schedule like that, but just like mentally schedule. Like I just have to,
Mm.
take the action of being like, you need an oil change. Okay, let's go get an oil change. Like it's the thought is one thing, but doing it is, and then budgeting for said oil change.
Mm.
Um, but in my adulting win, I have an official budget, and I
Oh.
finally think I found a software that me. Like I
Mm.
just put a huge on my credit cards, and I'm on track to pay it off by like
You
yeah,
found
gold
that on
star
a
for me.
platform? There's a
Yes, the
platform for that?
platform is called yes, it's called You Need a Budget. This is not
You
sponsored,
need a
but it's
budget.
called You Need a Budget. We call it when you become one, you become a Y nabber. And it's just it allocates every it only takes the it only uses your it only damn spit it out, Kiera. It only forms your budget around the money that's in your bank at the very moment. So
Mm.
it allocates your dollars to certain
Mm-hmm.
there's some sort of formulas in there, but it allocates your dollars to the categories that you set up and allows you
Okay.
to kind of move money when you need it, but it's only money in your account. So like right now, we went to Target yesterday and it felt really good because I looked at my budget and saw that I had it's like $75 that I could spend on clothes for this week. So I went in
Okay.
Target and I was able to comfortably buy myself a little $50 work outfit and use my debit card, didn't use my credit card. And the money
Mm.
was already the money was already allocated. It's like putting money in envelopes,
I
like having
got
those
you.
category envelopes, but
Mm-hmm.
like digitally. And it's been really helping a lot and I'm like really looking forward to how much benefit from it just because it's completely turned my whole mindset around the money. Oh snap, like I actually had money I normally don't have. I mean, I don't be broke, but I had like $150 in my checking account right before payday. But
Mm-hmm.
like last payday I had well over like half of my last check in my checking account, and it was just waiting. And I'm
Hey,
able to push that money the next month, and
right.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah,
It's a good
absolutely.
feeling.
I bet it is a good feeling. Well, I mean, I still like I don't do an official, but which is something I probably need to redo it. It's been a minute. I need to just what I've been doing. Cause I do it right. If I can stop eating out
Mhm.
so much. But the way I'm always moving, I really can't. Weekend I did really good. I went and I didn't the point that I was gonna rest all weekend. I ain't leave the
Mhm.
house till say afternoon to get a quick bite to eat and went down to the lake that didn't water in it. And yeah, it's crazy. They looked it up. They had to drink because they found some damage at the dam for the lake. So in order to
Oh, I thought you was gonna
assess
say a body.
this and repair the dam, they had to drain the lake first. They can go in there and assess the damage and make repairs. It's kind of crazy.
Well, we
It's a
love
lot.
a proactive action and not a reaction.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
inconvenient, yes, but good for the future.
yeah.
The
Very,
last
very
thing you
good. I
need
mean,
is a town to be
you don't want
flooded
the
with
dam
a
to
broken
break
dam.
and flood out a
The
bunch of
damn
people's houses.
dam.
Dam broke.
We use a system at my job called a dam, like my team, and you should see my team's chat is full of damn puns. I'd be like, "Where's that damn link?" They be cracking up. I'd be like, "You the damn king."
I can only imagine. So
Yeah,
I was going
it's a good time.
to ask you, like, have you been utilizing some of the stuff you learned at the conference at your workplace or even in your personal life?
That's funny you should ask. It's funny you should ask. Yes. So when I got back from my conference, I immediately, well, while I was at my conference, I was working like on because I'm working on a project that I'm doing the user interface design for, and so I was really excited to get into action. So I was working on it literally on my flight back home. But yeah, all last week. I mean, not last week. The days I was at work before I was off for I focused on that, and then that's my primary focus for this week. And my manager was like, she
Mm,
was impressing, and my because I'm learning how to use the tools properly, so I'm able to have my work look really clean and tidy. And so yeah, she was impressed, and we have a conversation about that actually tomorrow. I have a tighter deadline I was anticipating, but yeah, I've been using it. I've been using it a lot.
that's cool.
I,
That's
I I live in that tool. Yeah, I actually just wore a T-shirt yesterday. One of the T-shirts I bought, me and Siege we went to Target, and I had on my shirt, my Figma shirt.
shirts. I
I love
forgot that
it.
my dang on shirt, my shout out shirt today. The next episode, it'll be all right.
That's cool.
Um,
A shout out shirt
got going
time.
on,
Shout out.
or what else has been going on? Anything in the news lately we done missed out? Ain't got a chance to discuss. I know I
Shit,
saw
it's been
some.
so much
I,
discourse about Kiki Palmer.
I'm not about like I don't know. Like I feel like if she didn't have access to Usher, it wouldn't even been an issue. It just been
Hmm.
a regular dude when the okay. Why if you gonna call checking your wife or life partner or whatever
Not
situation
even
y'all in,
wife, because there's no
why
ring on her finger.
why you doing it on social media? To me, that's a crowd attention for him. He looking for some action.
Hey, looking for some speaking, and I saw a theory. Somebody said how much I want to bet that they had broke up before the awards or before the
Mm,
con, and so
yeah, probably.
that was his way of doing that. But I just feel like, I mean, if your intentions were to really discuss how you're dressed in pub or how you react to whatever, what he was doing on the timeline was actually his true intention. That would have been so that because quoting your baby, you got your baby mama out here putting her up for all this. You say something negative, of course, people are also gonna have negative things to say. Why would you want anybody saying negative about the person in your life? Like that just I don't. That's one of the things where it's like what we got going on, we talk about in private. Like keep that shit
It's like never go.
in
That was
house.
my biggest thing. Like, first of all, I don't give a damn if that's your wife or not. You're not finna control what somebody decides to wear or not wear. If you
Mm-mm.
don't like what that person decides to wear out in public, social media is not the place to air that grievance. Because when you open up yourself to the
Mm-mm.
public like that, you open up yourself to a bunch of other shit that you ain't gonna be prepared for. So, and then say
Mm-mm.
I just feel like I don't think it had anything to do with what she had on. I think it had to do with he felt
Mm-mm.
threatened by getting up on his baby mama or whatever she is to him. And because the clothing thing didn't make no sense, because they got videos where he's videoing her twerk dance or whatever, and they posted it on
It's
social media together.
hypocritical. It's
Yeah,
hypocritical. And then
it just don't make no sense.
the same thing that had you attracted to this woman is what you're talking about. Like people be you they lust over people on social media all the time. That's how people be sliding people DMs. But that's the same thing. The same thing that attracted you to me is what's trying to air my business. You try to air me out. Like
Yeah,
and you're not even my husband. That's the kicker
I ain't
for
You
me.
know what? I'm not
There's
tripping so much about that label of husband wife deal, because to me, I'm more concerned about the the role of you being the father of her child, she the mother of your child. I ain't really tripping on
Mhm.
the husband wife. It's a lot of people out here saying that lady don't mean shit to them. They just using talk about that stuff. That's just my
That's true.
perception of it.
But also, I feel like
Because just because
Keke
you
Palmer
because just because
is
somebody is your wife, that doesn't mean you can dictate what they do. That's why I said what I said earlier. Just because she's your wife, that don't mean you're gonna be able to tell her what she can and can't wear. That's still an individual. It's still a person. You can't. Yeah, you can
mhm,
voice how you feel, just like you could have voiced how you felt about that. But you can't say you're not going to
in
wear this because
private.
you're my wife. Nah, that shit don't work like that. You don't own anybody just because that's your wife or your husband. That's some bullshit
And
that people need to
I
get
think
rid of.
I think he underestimated how famous she is too, and I don't think men realize that women have options. Like his insecurities was really showing, and it's like obviously that's why I agree with that room that with the theory that they probably obviously if she's with you because she chooses you. So any like there should be no reason that you should even be feeling some type of way and voicing that to the public when you know that at the end of the day, that's your person. So it's like I
It's the
feel like he was
public
really projecting.
part. Like, because people are human. Like, I'm sure he could have probably done something that would her feel some type of way, but she would probably handle it in house. If she coming home to him and he coming home to her, people have feelings and they have stuff that they don't necessarily agree with that make them feel some type of way. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. The fuck part about it, like we said before, is you gonna take the shit to the social media and try to make her look bad on social media. That was some fuckboy shit. And I mean, if they broke up, then we broke up because did Kiki some justice too, boy. She had them ass cheeks out there.
Hey, Aquila
She filled
and
out
the B is
now.
for boobies. She's you know, I hope she ends up playing Angela Bassett if she ever has a biopic.
You know
I could see her
what?
playing Ansett.
Very talented too. If you follow her on
Oh,
Instagram, she be doing different
absolutely.
characters and stuff. She be cracking me up. But yeah, I don't know,
Well, yeah,
dude.
she talented. I mean, she been here since Aquila and the B.
Yeah, this is true.
Prestidigitation.
I really
Only
don't pay too much
my
attention
true
to them
movie watches
celebrities.
know.
Did you see the
Me
other thing with the celebrities? I guess the all white party at I guess is it Michael Rubin's place, and there's a couple suspect photos going around of him hugging. I guess that's a rapper dude from the back. It just
Oh, little baby.
is that who that was? I
And it was
see
like
that just
longest night of my life. I think that was the picture.
and then he was like, "Long is such an understatement." I was like, "God
Yeah.
damn, y'all just go."
I think they be doing that shit on purpose. I bet
They
they be
probably do be
like,
trolling
let's put
people.
some crazy shit on so like let's just see what they gonna do. And then they probably be cracking up at all the conversation behind the scenes. Cause that's just
Hey,
everybody wants stuff to be a conspiracy so bad. And all I gotta say about that is if it's easily guessable to you, it's probably not. It probably don't. It probably ain't valid. I just conspiracies are never that surface level. So whatever you think is going on is probably if it is 20 times deeper than whatever you but it ain't. They be like, I got it. No, you don't. You're missing the mark there,
see,
bud.
my take on it
Missing the
is
mark there,
like
bud.
it was a, it was a Facebook post I had. One of the guys I went to Martin with, he had posted it, and he's had some stuff to say about it. And I was like, I said, man, but he looked real happy in the picture. He looks happy though. And then it's
Back
like
for joy.
I said, from where I sit is with the post. When I saw that post, I don't know if that post was legit because it's Instagram, it's social media. But if it is,
Mm-hmm.
it seems awkward from my perspective. If I sit, it
Mm-hmm.
seems pretty damn awkward. But at the same time, I don't sit where those people sit. So for them, it may be normal,
That's
right?
what I was gonna say too. Like, I think people forget that these celebrities and these rich people do not live the same lives that we live.
Nah.
Like, what y'all like? They because from it sound like I'm going up for them, but like as someone who watches a lot of interviews and documentaries and stuff of these people, like just how getting to see them as people, it's like, nah, these people be like mean and like they probably friends. Like y'all are trying to make a lot of stuff that like these that he probably felt good to be there because he knows, I'm here for a good time and so much going on. I just need to let loose. And here you just take it and run with it. And that's why I don't like
I
social
get that.
media.
I get all of that. At the same time, I'll be picturing myself when I get around my friends, male friends, and we show a certain amount of affection. I ain't hugging no goddamn body
Yeah.
from the back. No. And if you smiling about me hugging you from the back, it's just some weird shit, man. It's weird. I don't give a damn
I
about
just
nothing. It just seems weird.
I
I
just
don't know.
I don't
It
know.
might just be
I
me.
guess because I've seen like my male friends like in those environments too. Like when you're really in like a safe space, like where you could just be yourself with your friends like that. Like I've seen,
I get it.
like that kind of stuff. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just like I
I
don't
think
know. Like
I feel
like
like
I said, I saw it and I thought nothing of. I was like, oh, that looks. Oh, they look like they had a good time. And then I saw
that's
people talking about it, and I was like,
that's the
oh.
thing where I think some people get it twisted. Like I feel like a lot of just like there's a lot of people say there's a conspiracy for seeing something that ain't there. I think there's a big
Mm-hmm.
push to deny some shit that
Not
might be
see.
there. You know what I mean? Like
This is
I'm
true.
we're not
This is
condemning.
true, and that's I.
Me personally, I'm not condemning anything. Like I say, I don't sit where those people sit, so I don't know I don't even care what
Mhm.
the meaning of the damn photo might be or whatever. But from my perspective, and from a lot of people who sit where I sit, shit looks all weird. Shit, it's a weird occurrence to me. Like 2 men laid up in the.
This is true.
It's weird. It's just that's from my
This is
perspective.
true.
Just from their perspective, they might look at us and be like, ugh, that's gross. And you be like, what the fuck do you mean that's gross? No, it ain't gross. But
What's
that's from their perspective. I'm saying if a same-sex couple look at a man-woman couple and be like, ugh. I've
Oh yeah,
seen some
they
people be like,
social media.
ugh, that's gross.
They be like, oh, look at the
Yeah,
heterosexuals,
it's like,
not the straights. The straights.
yeah, it's
I
that
love when
whole
they do that.
dynamic.
The straights are at it again. They be like, the straights are at it again. Especially when it's like a cousin loving looking couple, like they from Alabama. They be like, the straights are at it again. I'd be like, yeah, I'm with the gays on that one because what the hell y'all got
Hey,
going on
now,
over here?
hey, I'm with them when they right. Now, some of these folks you look at, you like, what in the Sam Hill is going on here? Like when you see
Yeah, somebody love me the
that
way that they love them.
it be that skinny black dude and the big old
And the big
oversized.
old, I know, yep.
We like, what the
It's
hell?
crazy because there are multiple people like that. Like, and I can tell you exactly where to find them. Like, I could probably point on a map and tell you where you could find a couple like that. And several of them would be in Southern Illinois. I'll just
Go to Evansville, Indiana, boy. You see some weird shit in Evansville, Indiana. I'm talking about across every spectrum they're
I
in.
have
That is one place.
I have been hearing quite the. I didn't realize Evansville was so
Methy?
methy. Yeah,
Like meth?
methy,
Yeah, meth. It's bad. I'm talking about.
methamphetamine.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't realize
terrible.
it.
Yeah, it's bad.
I've been
I
listening to
mean, in
some
the
podcasts, yeah, like some true crime episodes, and like hella crimes take place in the vicinity of Evansville surrounding drugs
Evansville,
and
Henderson,
murder.
Kentucky, Owensville, Kentucky,
Henderson,
Owensboro.
Kentucky. Yep.
Yeah, that's bad. They just locked a dude up for having selling some fentanyl laced shit up there because it killed like 10 people in Henderson. His ass up for a long time. But yeah, you go up
Yeah,
there
he
and the
been there.
faces
Yeah.
show. Ain't no teeth, and they face be all sunk in and shit. They be at the damn gas stations looking all crazy. Like, Man, y'all need to leave that shit
Look
alone.
like
That shit is
zombies.
not doing you any good. I told you about that. We
Look
was
like
working
zombies.
up there working, and we were minding our own damn business. And that girl come walking down the street. We saw her coming, and somebody's like, "Man, she got on a bathing suit." She got us. You motherfuckers crazy. She ain't got on nothing. Let's get the fuck out of here. That girl got closer. That girl was walking down the street in broad daylight, ain't have on nothing but a flannel shirt. And we was looking like she was gone on that shit. She and walked
She was
across. They
barefoot,
got this
wasn't she?
called the Lloyd Expressway. She walked her ass across the Lloyd Expressway. And we was like, that bitch gonna get ran the fuck over. And I'm just gonna sit here and look at you. Like, but she didn't
She
get
didn't
ran
have on
over.
no
It was
shoes, did
crazy,
she?
man.
Was she
Yeah.
barefoot?
Of course she you know, is she either gonna have on no shoes or she gonna have on some all white shoes that's gonna be dirty as fuck. One of the two. But
Or
she
some
didn't have
Air
on any
Force,
shoes.
yeah, some all white Air Force One. Oh
Yeah, or
Jesus!
some
Well,
kids.
you stay
Anything
away
all
from them
white.
zombies. Cause I
Nah,
mean, the
man,
most I have over
I ain't messing
here
with the
is
junk.
the drunks. We have the drunks. I saw a
Drunks.
man standing wobbling at a crosswalk in the middle of our highway yesterday, and it was like my light was red forever, and I was like, I hope this man don't walk out in traffic. And I'm like, somebody need to call police. As soon as I said that, like, I'm in the car by myself, so I'm talking to myself, and here come the police, and so they pull up real slow, and he like turned around and he saw them, and he thought to run. His body said run, because he took, and
Run.
then his mind said, wait, we are in the highway. And so he like stopped, and it was weird to see, because I know exactly what he was thinking. And then he was like, damn, like he's looking around like I'm cornered. So he
He was
just
like, they
kind of
got me.
sat there and was like, they got me. He was ready to walk back. I said, that's somebody, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Gerald, Po George, Po Georgie.
You know
But yeah, I was
it
glad that
sucks
he didn't get hit.
when any kind of substance get a hold of somebody, because once they get a hold of them, it's like they don't have any control over anything anymore.
They're a
It's
whole
like
different person.
that's the only live
It's a
for, is to
sickness.
get that next fix on whether it be alcohol,
Yeah,
heroin, cocaine, crack. It don't matter.
you can't wrong.
Once they get a hold of it, it's tough for it to let go.
This
But
is
yeah,
true.
man.
That's why you don't dabble. You don't dabble. You don't play around with that heroin. But hey, man, let me see. Got some commentary from
You got some
our latest episode.
all right,
I
good
do
to me.
indeed. All right, let's see. We got Dear John. He
Of course.
says this one. He says this one was real as F bomb. We F bomb is in all caps, by the way. We all have to go through trials and tribulations, but to overcome anything, our faith must be in the Lord. You, amen. Great to have
That's
you
right.
both back on the scene. Love always, dear John. I love it. Love it. And then I'm thinking the real Mrs. Jones was commenting as she was watching, because we have a random comment that says in all caps, not a boomer, exclamation point. We are Gen Xers, young lady. And then we have BJ, you spoke a word about hood mentality. I have lived it. Thank God for grace. So those are some of the great comments we have from our tribe here on the internet. And yeah, we y'all can leave us some more comments. Like I said, we respond, we talk back. We would like some more podcast reviews. We our last review was in March, and the month is July. Come on, y'all. I see the numbers. I know y'all listening. I'ma yell at y'all like y'all ain't nobody there. I know they'll come around. The ones we have are of pure substance, so I'm living with it. They're fulfilling me. But I would like some more. I would like some more.
Y'all
But yeah.
what else you got? I'm
Y'all
trying to search my spirit for anything that we might have didn't touch on, because I honestly ain't been watching much news lately. I've been trying to.
No, I'm gonna make it a mission to be a little more informed, so we can have a current events centered topic for the next episode.
Okay.
Cause I don't have much for you today, but one of those good old dad jokes.
You say it was
This dad joke, This dad joke was submitted by a cousin Quan.
So it'll be a good one.
Yeah. And it's funny because he sent it and it has been saved in my folder to do. So I was like, perfect time. All right. Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery?
Archery.
Because it didn't habanero, like a habanero pepper.
Oh my
I almost
goodness.
said it wrong. We'll see y'all next week.
Can't be good at it.